So why do you hate Ethereum?
When I started this whole journey, I fell in love with Ethereum. And I thought, using the tech bubble or the tech stock run up as an analogy to crypto, I thought, Bitcoin's going to be like the AOL, where it was really big and then it kind of got lapped. And the fact that, and I don't know, do you understand the distinction between Bitcoin, which is really a store of value, and it's good for peer-to-peer transaction? It really is kind of like currency, but the problem is it's held its value so well that people don't want to spend it. Are you familiar with that? Is Bitcoin versus Ethereum is programmable money, or there's smart contract capabilities to where, no. Okay.
But I think I'm getting more and more familiar. In other words, I think from the conversation that you and I had last time, and from conversations that I've had with my young gun in my office, Eric, who's starting to get very, very involved in this as well, that Ethereum can be used. Bitcoin is a single asset. It's a single asset. And you buy and sell Bitcoin as an investment, but you can also use it as a means of currency.
Peer-to-peer transactions.
Peer-to-peer meaning me and you buying and selling stuff. Me buying, right? Right, yep. Peer-to-peer. Okay. Ethereum, as I understand it, is used to swap and to do things with that. Maybe I'm not fully cognizant.
So you can do that with Bitcoin too, but that assumes that we have this outside mechanism of trust, contracts, this outside framework of transacting. You can program Ethereum to be the smart contract. Okay, so going back to what we were saying, you can do peer-to-peer transactions with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. That assumes that we have this outside mechanism of commerce that we both believe in and trust. Right. What Ethereum has, and there are called Ethereum-killers, but other smart contract tokens have, is they call it programmable money, where you can basically program contractual commerce into the mechanism, into the blockchain itself.
Give me an example. I think this would be the best way to understand.
So the easiest example is I met a bookie, and this keep in mind also too that crypto has a negative connotation because most of the early adopters were kind of these nefarious characters. But really what they did is they provided proof of concept. So this bookie said, he hinted, he didn't outright say, but that it revolutionizes business, because instead of, you make a verbal agreement or a phone call or a text and you watch the game and then he has to go collect, he could program a smart contract that says Lakers +7. And then he puts in Ethereum and his bettors put in Ethereum. And when the game is done in there's Oracle coins that check when the score is found to be, and then it just happens. So that's the easiest example. Wow. The other bit, what's that?
I said that's a great example. Now you're saying that you can't do that with Bitcoin.
No, you could pay in Bitcoin, but you still have to go collect. Versus Ethereum is a smart contract platform, and now there's a bunch of others. The reason why I hate Ethereum is because it's slow, it's expensive, and it's very clunky, the user interface. Now, it's first, so I think there'll always be a place for it there. But like, for instance, we're on Zoom right now. We could be on WebEx. Have you ever been on a WebEx?
Yes.
Why don't you purchase WebEx?
Clunky. It's
right. But who purchases WebEx?
Large corporations.
Why?
I'm gonna guess because it's less expensive than buying individual, or because it's more secure, maybe.
I think that's part of it, and the other part of it is I think it's more secure, and it's kind of like the first to market, and they kind of captured the big institutional market. And then came GoToMeeting, and now there's Zoom. And even though Zoom is capturing some market share, and so was GoToMeeting, to me, WebEx, Ethereum is like the WebEx of smart contract platforms. And there's already like a Solana, there's Luna, there's an Avalanche, and there's a number of others that are processing transactions quicker, quicker, cheaper, safer. That's a different story. So and then there's the whole centralized, decentralized. But you understand the point, right?
Can you give me another example of what a smart contract might look like?
Absolutely. So have you heard of these NFTs?
Non-fungible tokens.
That's right. And what fungible mean is Bitcoin is fungible, Ethereum is fungible.
Cash is the most fungible asset that one has, cash.
And just for people who don't know what that means, fungible just means there's a ready, transparent market and the value is X.
Right.
And everybody could see it. And maybe it varies slightly, but for the most part, it's X wherever you look.
Right.
Non-fungible tokens are usually art. It's usually pictures or music or videos or GIFs or whatever. Right. And so it's art, but it's a token. Like most of the time, Ethereum, they're Ethereum tokens, meaning you can park it in an Ethereum wallet. You can transact on it in the Ethereum network. So somebody puts an Ethereum non-fungible token, and then they put a contract that says first person that gives me 3 Ethereum for this gets it. You don't have to trust that you're going to get ripped off like you're doing some kind of drug deal or selling a used car. I'm bringing cash. Is this guy going to rob me or whatever? It's a smart contract. You pay the 3 Ether, boom. The 3 Ether goes to them. The non-fungible token goes to your wallet. Like, boom.
Right. So,
and NFTs, they may be in a little bit of a bubble now. People say it's a bit of a craze. And I think there will always be, just like in the tulip market or anything else, there will always be some kind of blue chip NFTs that will hold their value. A lot of them will turn to fairy dust.
What was I read about this. I've heard about the whole tulip thing. What was the tulip phenomenon of using NFT?
Let me get there.
Okay.
I just want to say though, that NFTs are it's the second wave of proof of concept. The first wave of proof of concept were all these kind of nefarious characters, under the table, and the second wave are these NFTs. It's showing that commerce can happen, but really they've just gained popularity so much in that if you've heard of CryptoPunks, it's actually kind of funny. There's these JPEGs that are selling for 7 and I think 8 figures now. CryptoPunk.
What?
Yeah. So hold on, let me just share my screen real quick. We're about to find out. I don't even know. But here's how you know that adoption is coming. So look, CryptoPunk 998, part of a collection of 10,000 NFTs, sold for $530 million on Thursday.
What?
It sold for 124,000 ETH, which is about 332. So let's look at, you're going to laugh when you see this. It was one of the, I think it was this one. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah. So I've seen some funny things like I've seen some funny things where CryptoPunks are selling for more than Picassos and Warhols. So I mean, listen, we talked about fair market value before. What's fair market value? What
someone willing buys willing to sell? Yeah, fair enough. But I just what I don't understand is why can't you make copies of this and
Oh, you can't. Like I could just go and right click. But again, going back to the smart click, I can copy this, right? And I could save the image. But
right.
The copyright for the image, I own the image. If my blockchain was shown as purchasing it from the smart contract, it's my image. So, but that's neither here nor there. But again, whether you agree with NFTs or not, needless to say, the price is a little inflated. Visa paid like 1 million for one. Visa bought one just to get in the game. So that ought to show you that adoption is here. But again, people say like people put NFTs as their personal profile pictures, and I've seen it other people where they're posting it on Twitter and they go, when you're like, I just saw your watch, when you're putting the NFT as your CryptoPunk as your personal profile picture, it's really like wearing like a Rolex or whatever. But it is what it is. But again, whether you agree with that value or not, it's non-fungible. Somebody might pay it now. You probably won't. But it just shows proof of concept of using.
I get it, but non-fungible meaning you can sell it for anything you want to sell. It doesn't have any stated value on any kind of exchange.
No, but there's floors, like they talk about the floor price of CryptoPunks, and it's weird when one sells below the floor, and the floor has been rising. But the point I'm trying to make is, so we talked about Bitcoin as peer-to-peer transaction. You could do that with Ethereum too. Like if I bought a car from you, you could pay me in Ethereum, and then it's just a peer-to-peer. We still have to sign titles. Right. In the future, probably what will happen is that will be programmed as a smart contract. And to Mr. Wonderful's quote, he quoted this April 28th of 2020. He said something to the effect of, here, I'll just put it up. From Shark Tank.
Oh, right, of course, yes.
He said it, I don't have the exact quote, but he goes, DeFi is going to cut out a lot of financial middlemen. Maybe they can get a job shining shoes, but it's true. Like people aren't going to need as much of the financial infrastructure that's out there that is slowing down transactions, that is making transaction expensive. So the traditional finance right now, traditional banking, like if I go to send money to some family members in Mexico, there's so many hands in that cookie jar and it's so slow, and I'm going to get clipped for so much. It's like worse than Ethereum, right?
DeFi meaning decentralization of finance?
Yeah, decentralized finance, yeah. And so a lot of the programmable money they refer to as DeFi, when people are actually building apps and building things that you can do. So I participated in a number of smart contract transactions, but let's circle back. So where are you at with it now? You kind of understand peer-to-peer transactions.
I'd love one more example of a smart contract.
Okay. So lending is very popular.
Okay.
So to get a loan right now, and what's my favorite saying by Bob Hope? A bank is a place that will loan you money if you can prove you don't need it.
Right.
And you can even prove that you're credit worthy and still not get a loan, right? For any number of reasons.
Right.
There's a number of crypto apps, decentralized apps, where you don't need to identify yourself. You don't need to put in your credit score. They don't need to whatever. You can just park various sorts of crypto as collateral, and receive some sort of stable coin. Have you heard of stable coins?
No, I haven't, but you may be talking about exactly what my buddy, my assistant Eric, has just done.